let's talk about the 5 things you can check to help get your car through an MOT. So as you may or may not know, at the moment on the channel we have this Honda Civic that we are prepping to go for MOT. We have just run into a small issue, however, let's talk about the 5 things that you can check at home to greaten your chances of spotting any issues or any problems with getting your car through your annual MOT test. And let's start with the easiest one that everybody can check, and all you got to do is turn your ignition on, turn your lights on and put your hazards on, and then go around the car and make sure that all your lights are working. You can see we've got our tail lights, we've got our indicators up here, we've got no reverse lights, so that would fail the MOT because we have no number plate lights. I know I just said reverse lights, I meant number plate lights. So that is one thing I'm glad I've done this check for, because now I know I need number plate bulbs. Coming around to the front, you can see we have our dipped beam right down there in the corner. I don't know if you can see, but the side lights are on, and we have our indicators. And if we go in the car, we can flick the high beams on, and then we can ask somebody else to check our brake light. While you're coming back into the car to turn your lights off, a bonus one is make sure your horn works. If your horn doesn't work, that's an immediate fail. When you are checking your lights and doing your indicators, it's always worth putting the left one on, checking the left one works, and then putting the right one on and making the right one work. Because just because they work on the hazards doesn't necessarily mean they will work individually. So once you've checked that your lights are working, we can check the second thing that is equally as important, but a lot of people overlook it. And if you didn't guess, it is your screen wash. And once you've done your screen wash, just come in the car and make sure it's spraying all over the windscreen. If you don't have any screen wash in, or the windscreen isn't being cleared efficiently by your wiper blades, that is a fail, as they deem it as obstruction of your view. And there's a surprising amount of people who fail their MOT simply by having 0 screen wash in the bottle. Another thing you're going to need to do to check for your MOT is one of these, and this is a tyre tread depth gauge. In the UK, your tyres can get down to 1.6mm across 3/4 of the tread, going all the way around the tyre. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, I'll let you know now. However, I wouldn't recommend letting your tyres get down to 1.6mm. Remember, that's the only thing between your car and the road. So I'd recommend changing them probably on around 3mm. So seeing as we have one wheel already off of the car, here is your tyre tread. So you need 1.6mm in these grooves across the whole, or 3/4 of the tyre. So what they'll do is they'll get their tyre tread depth gauge on the day, they'll put it in there, push it down. You can see that says 4.93. So they'll say that's got 4.9mm of tread, and that is fine to go. But if they did it on this bit here, that's a wear bar, and when that's down with that wear bar, it is illegal. So you don't want to see that saying that. This needs to be at least 1.6. But if it is that low, they will advise it as low tyres, and it's something that you don't want to see on your MOT. As well as looking at your tyres, you want to make sure that they are free from any cuts or bulges all the way around the tyre. You can just run your hand along it, as long as it's nice and smooth, it's fine. If you've ever hit a curb, you might have chipped it, and that would make it a fail if they could see the cords of the tyre. So just have a look. If it looks fine and you've got enough tread, then you should be fine. A life hack for the people who didn't know: if you get a 20p coin, I don't have one on me right now, but I'll put an image on the screen. If you have a 20p coin, you flip it upside down and put the queen's head down. If you can see above her hairline, I believe that is 1.6mm. I'll put an image on screen now of what I mean. if you don't happen to have a tyre gauge or a manual tyre gauge, but you have a 20p, you can still check your tread depth. So let's move on to point number 4. I'm going to bundle a couple of things into one here, and you'd be surprised on how overlooked this is. So you can see my Honda Civic has one door this side and one door the other side. So it's got 2 doors. So what you want to be checking is that it opens both sides and they close fine. If you happen to have 4 doors or a hatchback or an SUV or anything with more doors, and you don't tend to go in them very often, and they happen to not open on that day, it will fail. They cannot open it. It needs to be able to open freely from the inside and from the out for safety reasons. And while we're going on safety, you need to get your seat belts. You need to make sure that they plug into the buckles like so. Give them a pull and make sure it doesn't come out. Also, the seat belt needs to be in good condition and not frayed, and when you pull it and release it, it should do that. And as long as you can do that on any of your seat belts in the car, you will not be in trouble for that. And they need to be able to release fine. And the last point I'm going to give you for prepping your vehicle for MOT is simply listen to your car. If you take it on a drive and it sounds off, it sounds like it's knocking or making a weird noise, get it checked out before you take it for MOT. But also just turn it on and just listen, and I'll give you a prime example of why I say that right now. So as we sit in this Honda Civic, we should be able to turn it on. All the lights should come on the dash and then go off again, just like that. That is something they look for. And then we can just turn it on. No lights on the dashboard, and everything appears to be fine. Everything is working, my horn's working, my high beams are working, everything seems to be working fine. But if I open this door and give it a rev, so I don't know how well you heard that, but the exhaust is blowing, which will almost 100% fail on the emissions. So just by hearing that, I can make sure I get that looked at before it goes for its MOT, and fingers crossed it gets that pass. So I know just from 10 minutes of walking around, I need 2 number plate light bulbs, and I need to sort that exhaust leak out, and then I can send it for its test and everything should be fine. And I'm going to add one more point to this list, which isn't a necessity, but I would highly recommend it because it makes yourself and the car you're presenting for MOT look 100 times better. And that would be simply clean the car. Take it down to your local car wash if you have to and give it a clean. And while you're at your local car wash giving it a clean, just clean up inside the wheel arch and make this look a little bit nicer, so the MOT inspector can inspect all of your suspension parts, all your brake hoses, so you won't get any either annoying advisory saying brake hose is dirty, so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, it is safety, so the inspector will be able to effectively tell you if there is anything wrong with your vehicle. If that rubber boot there is covered in dirt, he might not know if it's split or if it's damaged, so he won't be able to give a proper opinion, or, and the worst case, fail it unnecessarily because he cannot test it properly. So just give the car a good jet wash on the outside and underneath if you can, just with the jet wash. Just get in there and get it as clean as you can, and then give the interior a good nice clean out. So there are 5 things you can do at home on your driveway, take you about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes with the car clean, and it will give you a bit of security knowing whether your car is going to pass or fail its MOT, and whether you can get it in and get that work done prior. So if you found this video helpful and like this sort of content, obviously I've only ever really posted either my opinions on cars or me working on these older cars. If you like this sort of content, I can do more of it, so let me know if you want some more informative, if you can say that, content. But If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Tell me any tips and tricks you have when it comes up to MOT time and how you manage your car's health and maintenance.